Change it. Make it right.
Wait. Was that all of them? Hey, Cloud. Did you see that? Almost there, Cloud. We're almost there.
Now it's time for me to discuss the most controversial thing in the FF7 Remake. Its ending. Up till this point, about 90% of the game, in terms of the main story, was being a faithful retelling to the source material. As I said before, most of the changes or new stuff that were introduced were mainly expansions and adding more context to certain plot points from the OG story, like the scenes of Aerith walking to Seventh Heaven to go get Marlene, only for Aerith to give herself up to Shinra for Marlene's safety. We didn't see that in the OG game, but it was mentioned that it happened, and I'm so glad that the remake chose to include it, because I absolutely love that whole scenario. So for the most part, this was a remake. Until the last chapter, that is. Throughout the entire game, we kept seeing more and more of Sephiroth, or at least an illusion of him, as he kept haunting Cloud. Then we saw him again in the Shinra building, but this time, everyone else could see him, not just Cloud. Hell, we even see him kill President Shinra with his long-ass blade. Now, that part did also happen in the OG game, but we didn't actually see that happen, because by the time Cloud and company made it to the room, the president was already dead, and Sephiroth's sword was attached to his corpse. Also, we constantly run into these whispers, or what Maximilian Dude would call plot ghost, interfering with the main characters throughout various situations. It isn't until the near end when we get some exposition from Red 13 when we finally find out what they are and what their purpose. They're there to enforce the course of destiny. They appear in large gatherings whenever events stray too far from fate's intended path. So by the end of the game, we defeat the Whispers once and for all, then actually have a boss fight against Sephiroth. I'm not gonna lie, in my first playthrough of this, I was completely confused with what the hell was going on. And it was only after watching multiple videos explaining the ending that I sort of have a better understanding now, but it still leaves me with mixed feelings. The whole time, Aerith and Sephiroth started giving us a super cryptic dialogue, and we were fighting the Whispers, who were morphed into something that looked like a giant Heartless, and even more weird shit continued to happen. I kept saying to myself, this has Nomura written all over it. And yes, even I'm aware that even though he was director, he wasn't necessarily in charge of all the story decisions. The boss fights were awesome, and listening to this game's version of One Winged Angel was fucking fantastic. It still made me feel a bit off with what was going on. This started feeling less like what 90% of the game was, and more like Kingdom Hearts. And I say that as a huge Kingdom Hearts fan.